Hello people of YouTube and whoever else is watching this. This is Ittarra bringing you a Peacekeeper gameplay. Now, I already have a Peacekeeper on my channel, but that was more of a channel update. This is more of a Peacekeeper actual commentary talking about the gun, and the crossbow in the title will be in the middle, somewhere around there, and I'll discuss it once it comes up. The Peacekeeper, in of itself, is pretty much an assault rifle SMG. The reason why I say this is because it is better at a distance than it is close up because of its actual damage. It doesn't have a very high drop-off when it comes to actual damage and time to kill, bullets to kill, as compared to close range. Close range, it's still going to be about 3 to 5, etc., which for an SMG is pretty decent, but the fire rate doesn't quite hold up to it when you can actually get outshot by pretty much every other gun that there is in this category, as well as a few assault rifles. The ones that I believe you can outshoot in close quarters would have to be pretty much the FAL, or those that have poor hip-fire accuracy and can't aim properly. Now, the Peacekeeper in of itself is actually pretty decent as a gun as a whole. But the thing that always makes me wonder about it, as in general, is the recoil of it. It seemingly has no recoil when you put suppressor, foregrip, etc. on it. But you'll see at a semi-long range, you will see it just completely bounce and just go crazy, even though I have toughness and a suppressor, which, you know, suppressor actually reduces recoil just solely for the fact that it actually uses low velocity rounds, which is why the range, etc. go down. But the thing is when you're using a suppressor with the Peacekeeper, it doesn't suffer at all for it. If anything, I feel that's a necessary attachment. Normally I run suppressor fast mag, but my secondary was a TAC 45 with reflex, so I kind of screwed myself there. I believe the Peacekeeper has, at long range, it still has maybe a 5-shot kill, and there's no ifs, ands, or really buts about it. I still think it's a pretty decent gun if you can actually grab it, like, you know, with the DLC, or if you just see somebody running around with it. It's worth picking up. It's not like it's gonna get you killed unless, you know, somebody rounds the corner, which always happens to me. Yeah, see, look, this is the recoil I was talking about. It just jumped for no reason that high, and I thought that was the enemy still. Turns out it was a teammate, but he still looked suspicious anyway. I should have shot him. Wait for the train. Alright, here we go. See, TAC 45, and here is the crossbow. Now, the crossbow in of itself is actually a pretty decent weapon now that it doesn't have just, you know, the one bolt. It's actual 3 bolts. It actually makes it more viable. I mean, I'm pretty sure, you know, there's always going to be somebody who in Black Ops 1 was just amazingly god with the crossbow, even though you had to reload it after every single shot. But an interesting thing about the crossbow is once you have a reflex sight on it, it actually will not drop as much. It gets better range for some reason. It's one of those weird, quirky game mechanics that is in this game for some odd reason or another. However, if you have the iron sights, you will have to compensate for the drop a lot more than if you had a reflex, ACOG, dual band, or whatever else kind of scope they have. I actually did have a pure crossbow gameplay on Plaza, but, you know, data getting corrupted makes me sad, because I think I had actual, like, maybe 4 or 5 cross-map crossbows, and it was just really cool, but you gotta settle for this, really. Now, the crossbow, as of course, is, you know, time to kill is pretty devastating because you have to stick them, but if you end up only using splash damage, it will take more than the 3 bolts in the thing. So, essentially, you'll have to dump the entire clip plus some to actually get the kill. The crossbow in of itself it's pretty fun to use, I'm not gonna lie. Just if you're actually going to use it, you have to make sure you have a steady hand. You can't adjust, and you can't necessarily, I don't want to say quickscope because that's just not right to say against something that isn't a sniper, but with the ADS lag, and there's the fact that there is a, how can I say it, a level on the sight if it has iron sights, you have to make sure that's actual steady, otherwise your arrow is not going to go where you aimed. So, if you can, try using a flanking method, or just simply wait, not necessarily wait because, well, I'm against camping in any way, shape, or form, but if you can actually use the terrain to your advantage, such as head glitches or anything of that nature, to actually get that steadiness, that extra second to make sure that the ADS doesn't screw you over, horrible aiming, you will do well with the crossbow. You have to just make sure you can get that extra second. Well, I was going for something cool here by throwing C4 and then picking up the crossbow and then getting the game winning, but then the prone guy took it. Blech. Well, this is Ittarra Oda, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Later, and be safe.